Okay, hi guys and welcome to another video. In my previous video, I introduced the bogus method of Mutih Bilah referred natively as Matampang. Matampang Puali is the exact term to describe this process. This method relies on the use of limes to remove traces of surface rust visible on the blade. It requires the limes and juice to be continuously rubbed and massaged into the blade with your fingers. It is a process that requires meticulous care and patience. In today's video, we will continue with the traditional process of Mutih Bilah with juices from natively abundant fruits. This method of rust removal works on any material that accumulates rust, so you can try them on items other than the Keris blade too. First and foremost, you will need a spill-proof container that fits the blade and is deep enough for the solution to cover it. The blade must be fully submerged for an even reaction and complete removal of visible surface rust. Here I have prepared a mixture of mature coconut juice and lime juice which I have left to ferment 3 days ago. Leaving this mixture to ferment before use allows the acidity pH level to stabilize and become safe for use on a Keris blade. I have mentioned this in a previous video, that any acidic solution with a pH level between 3 and 4 at a weak concentration is the ideal safe level. We are going to leave this undisturbed for about 7 days. It is important that the container is covered to prevent pests like flies from getting attracted to it. The coconut and lime juice mixture will ferment and start to turn rancid over the next few days. This process will result in the production of gases with a funky odor which pests finds attractive. Hence it is highly recommended that the container is well covered and sealed if you are planning to store it indoors. Store this container away from direct sunlight, preferably in a cool shaded environment. It's been 7 days now, and you are going to be amazed with the results. Throughout this 7 days, every 2 days, I will give this container a swirl to shake off any sediments and particles that has came off the blade. Now have a look at this. Look at how clean the blade is now. Almost all traces of warangan and visible surface rust has been eliminated save for a few stubborn rust spots. This will be remedied later in the next step. For now you may discard the solution in the container. I do not recommend reusing this solution again, as it has reacted with the rust and turned rancid, which changes the properties of the solution. If your blade is heavily rusted and still retains surface rust, repeat the process with a fresh batch of coconut and lime juice mixture for another 7 days. As evident from my demonstration, the mixture is safe and not harsh enough to cause damage to the surface of the Keris blade. Before rinsing this blade and leaving it to air dry, I would give it a brush with a mixture of water and bicarbonate of soda to remove any traces of acidic juices from the Keris blade. Bicarbonate of soda is alkaline in nature, and its abrasive form helps to brush away any surface rust that's still clinging onto the Keris blade. I would like to remind you not to be too happy at this point. The blade may appear clean when it is wet, but how sure are you that the blade is really clean? I have mentioned this several times before. Some indicators are revealed when the blade is dry, and some when it is wet. We will be exploring this phenomenon next. To do this, we will now leave this blade to air dry for a few hours.
Later.
Now this is how the blade looks like when it is completely dried. Are you shocked by this? Well, don't be. This is an expected result, especially on blades that are beyond 150 years old. Tiny rust particles from the solution has made its way into the microscopic pores of the blade surface. Endapan limau, the sediments from fermented lime juice, is the key to remove this. You can refer to my earlier video on endapan concentrate via the link on the top right of this video here. This next step will be the most repetitive and painstakingly time-consuming stage, which will need to be repeated until there is no further reaction. You will be brushing the endapan concentrate evenly all over the Keris blade. Observe carefully how the endapan concentrate reacts, and almost instantly it appears as if the stains have disappeared. I need to highlight that there is no shortcuts from here onwards. Immersing the blade into a mixture of fermented coconut juice again will not help to remove the microscopic rust particles trapped in the pores of the Keris blade. This process will be repeated numerous times, until the blade is fully white when dried and no longer reactive with the indapin solution. So I hope you have a lot of indapin solution at the ready for this stage. Lime juice alone will not be effective. You will be brushing the Keris blade with this indapin solution until you do not see any traces of discoloration on the surface of the Keris blade anymore. Once you no longer see any further discoloration from the indapin when brushing, it is time to air dry for about 10 to 15 minutes.
Much later.
This is what you should be seeing after 15 minutes. The blade should feel tacky and sticky to the touch. If you are still seeing a greenish-yellowish discoloration, this means that the blade is not clean yet. There are still traces of rust on the surface. Repeat the process of brushing the indapin concentrate onto the Keris blade like before and leave to air dry again for 10 to 15 minutes. This process will need to be repeated as many times as needed until there is no more reaction, meaning the blade stays whitish without any visible discoloration when dried. I hope you have learned something of value from today's video, and I sincerely hope that you are a subscriber to this channel. If you have not subscribed, do have a care. And remember to subscribe, like and share, if you would. Your support means a lot to me and will help this channel to reach out to a wider audience and help other Keris enthusiasts out there to find this channel on their list of recommended channels on all things Keris related.
Many unbearable hours later.
Finally, we are done. This is the art of Mutih Bilah, and this is what we expect to achieve. We should be looking at a blade that is mostly whitish like this before we can safely proceed with the next stage, which is the Warangan Bilah stage. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope this video adds value to you and may you learn something new and useful from watching this. I look forward to reading your comments and feedback. In the next video, we will be proceeding with the Warangan Bilah stage. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe and stay curious.